going to be looking at formatting. Formatting is a key tool that you're going to need across many pieces of work, and it's going to look at how we expect you in sort of higher education, but also USW, how that we expect you to present your work. So there are going to be some tips that are going to be useful when using Word. So today's session will cover fonts, presentation, so looking at justified edges and spacing, how to use word counts, how to use headers and footers, page numbering, the use of page and section breaks, and obviously the thesaurus tool to help you extend your vocabulary. So now I'm going to give you a screen record within Word to demonstrate some of the key things that you're going to need to use to format your work before you hand it in. So this video is designed to give you a little bit of an overview of formatting and what's expected of your work, whether it's a report, an essay, when you're submitting. So all works should be submitted with Arial size 12 font, which obviously can be formatted at the top here. The other thing you need to be concentrating on is the text in terms of your layout. All work needs to be at justified edges. So a non-justified edge looks like this, whereas the justified edge is squared off to the sides. All work also needs to be double line spaced. So you click into there and make sure it's selected at double line spaced. The other thing that you can see from this piece of work, obviously they've included the heading, but also you've got the student number at the top and then a page number and a word count at the bottom of the page. Okay, to do this you go into insert and you can search your header, footer and page numbers. The other important tool which is going to be useful to you, especially where you're maybe referring from a sort of landscape to portrait format, is that you can go into insert and use the section break tool. So here you can have a section break. So if I do a section break from the next page, there, I can then, so our top page is here, our next page, I can change the format of the work in terms of layout. So I go change the orientation to landscape, and it just does that from that point onwards, or from the selected page. This is often a kind of question students have or struggle with. It's really simple, but that section break tool is really useful when you're referring back from a landscape to a portrait page design, and can help you set that format. Other useful tools that you're going to need to use on your documents is review. So obviously using the word count tool to actually check how many words you've written. And the other thing that I would suggest also is of use to you is maybe where we've talked about you overusing the same words. So I can use the synonyms application there to click onto the right to actually find words which can be replaced or used instead of, making sure obviously you're using appropriate material. The final little area in linking to that is also the use of the thesaurus tool. Obviously it links into that in terms of using and finding different words which obviously can be replaced in the same respect as the one I've just showed you. Hopefully this little video has kind of reminded and refreshed all the things you need to make sure you do to your work before you submit. Marks will be deducted for not using the correct format or following the format that's been specified in your assessment brief.